Okay. Can see my reflection. Here goes nothing. So about last week sometime, I posted this kind of like rant slash call for help on my Instagram story, basically saying how I have been sticking more so to low carb rather than strict keto for the last couple of months, and I feel that I'm in this weird like plateau and I want to change it. I think I just got very derailed and went very lazy keto, and I think that it's shown because I haven't really seen my body do anything amazing since I started working out and just eating the way that I have. For 7 days, I really want to kind of go back to tracking my macros, measuring my food, testing my ketones. I want to kind of do all that and go back to basics for purposes of social media and for things to just kind of flow nicely. I will be monitoring it and sticking to it for 7 days. However, in my personal life, I want to really stick to this and try it out closer to a month, like 3 weeks to a month, because I know realistically changes and a lot of things that happen with your body don't happen in 7 days, but I want to see if anything happens in 7 days. I want to document it and kind of make a little video out of it. But basically the guidelines are to have at least 60 ounces of water a day, track your macros, avoid keto sweets, which I think is a big one for me because I think I just got too lax with eating that stuff. Less than 5% carbs a day, meal prep, try not to eat out, limit your dairy, nuts in moderation, electrolytes, and then keep it simple. I also just like want more of my body to make a change, and also my skin, because my skin has been like not the best lately. It's gonna be a week-long vlog. I really like vlog style videos and I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, without further ado, here is the next 7 days lined up where I go back to keto basics. So normally when I make my iced coffee, I do the Tyranny sugar-free vanilla, but I'm gonna switch it up and just use liquid stevia from Trader Joe's just to see if that makes a difference. Close enough. Day one lunch was grilled chicken and vegetables with macadamia nuts and a cheese stick. I had to work through lunch on this day, so. And for dinner was this ugly salmon salad that I forgot to take a picture of before I mushed everything together. So here's me eating it. Just finished day one of the recharge. So far, so good. My macros turned out to be really good. I feel like you can't really feel a whole lot on that first day because you've given your body less than 24 hours. The only substitute I made that was a little hard to get used to was using stevia in my coffee rather than sugar-free vanilla. But otherwise it went really well and I'm exhausted. Work was crazy today, so I'm ready to go to sleep, wake up, and do it all over again tomorrow. So other than feeling good and hitting my macros, here's to the next 6 days. Day two is finished. I feel really good. Again, my energy levels were great, or about where they normally are, and I had the same thing for lunch today that I had yesterday, so it's pretty boring. And then for dinner, I came home and pretty much scarfed it because I was starving, but it was just also leftover salmon and some broccoli. So overall, I feel good. I have to go ahead and put my macros in for today. I haven't actually calculated that yet because I was busy at work again, but I'm gonna put those in and see how I did for the next 2 days since I have off of work. So I'm just gonna get some things done around the house, and it'll be easy for me to like whip up meals or snack while I am at home. So day two in for the books, going strong. See you tomorrow. I just finished my kickboxing class for a whole hour. It was HIIT day, so a lot of aerobic activity being done, a lot of like moving back and forth, some cardio involved. I feel pretty good actually. I would say a lot of the time those boxing classes actually kick my butt, and I can get really fatigued like halfway. Boxing just starts to like get really weak, but I actually was able to do that whole hour like no problem. I wasn't breathing like really heavy. It was actually went pretty good, and now I'm gonna go home and shower and probably eat something because I worked up an appetite. I'll see you when I get home. My after workout meal was eggs, bacon, and avocado. I've mentioned this before that I'm not like the world's biggest snacker, so I had my egg breakfast bowl this morning, and now I'm just gonna throw together a plate, just a little snack to have just to kind of hold me over till later for dinner. Quick side note, I don't know why I keep saying I'm not a big snacker when clearly I always snack, but this is my favorite go-to, and here's my cat. For dinner, I'm just having some leftover tuna with hard-boiled eggs, mayonnaise with onions and pickles, and I'm just gonna throw them on some romaine leaves. Got my water here, and yeah, just a pretty basic, simple dinner. Just gonna have to track my macros for it, but should be pretty good. I figure while I'm doing this recharge and kind of getting my body right, I would give myself a face mask. Let's hope this just gets rid of any pimples I have left. And I can also barely move my face. So as I've mentioned before, I usually am not like the biggest breakfast eater, but I'm taking like a later, like noon boxing class instead of a 9 o'clock one. So I'm just having a couple slices of cheese and a hard-boiled egg. I am using the Everything But the Bagel sesame seasoning from Trader Joe's. It is the best. I love it. Yeah, I'm just gonna snack on this. If I want anything else, I might have like some salami or something like that, and then go to my boxing class and then have like a real meal afterwards. So I just finished another kickboxing class, and this one was a little bit harder because the instructor that was there today did a lot of cardio in and around the kickboxing. But I don't really want to blame that on low carb. I want to blame that on the fact that I have just never been good at cardio. My endurance sucks with cardio, so I'm just gonna call it like it is. But anyways, I just had like that small breakfast, if you will, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, and I'm sure there are some people out there that think that's like some kind of starvation thing, or like I'm not eating enough, but I genuinely feel fine. I like surprisingly had enough energy. I don't feel like lightheaded or dizzy or anything. So I'll see you back at home. I didn't bring my camera, so hashtag iPhone quality. All right, see you later. My very random post-workout snack is a couple of meatballs. I think there's 3 or 4 in here. I just measured it out to be 4 ounces of meat because that's like the technical serving size, I guess, of meat. There's a little bit of cheese, a little bit of the Rayo's red sauce, and of course some water. And that is my post-workout snack. I will say today, as of right now, I'm having a little bit of a sweet tooth. On a normal day, I would have some like Lily's chocolate or some enlightened ice cream or something. I think I'm just gonna have a spoonful of peanut butter. I definitely don't have peanut butter all the time. If I do, I use the Smucker's Natural. This one is just peanuts and sea salt. And for 2 tablespoons, which I think I'm only gonna have 1 because I just need a little something, is 4 net carbs for 2 tablespoons. If I have 1, it'll just be 2 grams. Trying really hard to just avoid sweets for this 7-day recharge, including diet sodas, including enlightened ice cream, including whatever. So just giving it a try just to see if in the future I need to just eat less of it. So this is not me depriving myself. It's more of an experiment to see, just to see. Okay, that's it for now. Hold on, okay, do it again. I just finished grabbing dinner with one of my friends. We went to this Mexican like burrito place, and I was able to get what they call a naked burrito and just get all of the insides just in a bowl, and it was so delicious. My dinner order actually came with a side of chips and salsa, which it was so tempting, but I was able to just not eat any, and that was a good thing because chips and salsa at a restaurant are highly addictive. So I was able to not eat those, and I feel really good. And yeah, that'll probably be the last thing I eat for tonight. It's day 4, and nothing crazy has really happened or changed since day 1. No like keto flu, anything like that, since I'm kind of starting back fresh. really great energy levels, overall feeling just fine. I'm excited to see what the rest of the weekend has to hold for me. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to track my macros from today's meals and just put those up and see how I did. I know it's a little bit harder to track when you eat something at a restaurant, but I can kind of estimate because it was just like chicken, lettuce, guac, salsa, cheese, like that. So it should be pretty easy. Also, I know when I started this 7-day recharge, one of my guidelines I kind of threw in was to avoid eating out, but sometimes you just have to hang out with your friends and go grab a meal. But I think I did pretty good, and it was, I would say, really healthy for the most part because I just got a burrito without the tortilla shell. Just a few more days of the 7-day recharge. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Day 5 lunch was a burger with avocado and some broccoli. Yeah, my coworkers hated me for microwaving that. It smelled awful. And dinner was just a chicken salad with a bunch of toppings, and it was really freaking good. Day 5 is at an end. No crazy symptoms of like cravings or anything out of the ordinary. I also just checked my ketones, and I'm not going to show you the pee stick because gross. But I will say, according to this bottle, I was in the moderate range. So that's pretty cool for day 5. That's the first time I've checked my ketones, and then I'm gonna check them again on day 7 just to see. So I'm going to that wedding tomorrow, and hopefully I can eat well and not go crazy. All right, I'll see you then. Hello, it is day 6 and I'm going to a wedding later. So I just showered and I have a little bit of a fake tan on right now, but I made some iced coffee. And I've also just been snacking on some lunch meat and some cheese. I had a couple of walnuts. Didn't film it because it's boring. Just gonna sip on my iced coffee, which will actually keep me full and then of course energize me for the rest of the day. And then, yeah, I guess the next time I will see you, we at the wedding. So bye. I am back from the wedding. It was such a fun time. Got to see some old friends from school. I had a lot of fun. Dinner was delicious. It was catered from this like barbecue place. So it was like really good grilled chicken and vegetables. It was so good. I had a Corona Light and it was good and I don't regret it. So I am just chilling now. I'm just getting ready to take my makeup off and go to sleep. Tomorrow is day 7 of the recharge. I can't believe it's already been a whole week since I started it. I'm really excited to just finish out tomorrow strong and then on Monday kind of check my results and see how far I've come in 7 days, if anything has actually changed at all. So I am going to sleep. I'm tired and I'll talk to you tomorrow. It's the day after the wedding and it's also day 7 of the 7-day recharge. And I can't believe a week has already flown by, but here I am. So I feel like my new claim to fame is that I am not really hungry enough to eat a full meal. So I've just been doing these really small snack plates instead of like having a full meal, which is fine because like I mentioned, I just pretty much eat when I'm hungry. I don't feel the need to, instead of telling myself, oh, it's breakfast, like I need to have like eggs, bacon, like oh, avocado, like a coffee, like I just eat to when I'm full or when I'm actually hungry. One of my favorite snack plates is just something really easy. I have some walnuts, some cheese, some salami, and a hard-boiled egg. Really simple. This will definitely fill me up. And then of course, I've just been drinking some water. I've been really good at staying hydrated these last 7 days. Normally it's really easy for me to get my water intake actually for the day. Besides drinking a diet soda every once in a while or an iced coffee, water is like my go-to drink. So I will say in these last 7 days, drinking water or like getting in my 60 ounces a day was definitely not an issue for me. It was actually pretty easy. And then I have no idea what I'm doing for dinner, but I'm not at work today obviously, so I can whip something up. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I'll let you know. my family ended up getting together and we did a little grilling, barbecuing kind of thing for dinner. So we just had some hot dogs and brats. It was really good. So I'm just gonna call it quits for tonight, and then tomorrow morning is when I'm going to weigh myself and take some body measurements as I did 7 days ago tomorrow. That way I have the most accurate measurements. On that note, I'm tired. The 7 days is over. All right, that's it for now. Bye. 7 days ago, I challenged myself and my Instagram followers to do a 7-day recharge where you challenge yourself to go back to basics with keto. For the last 7 days, it went surprisingly well for me. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a challenge. I thought I'd really find myself day to day kind of struggling a little bit or kind of feeling just out of the ordinary, but I ended up feeling really good for the full week. Day 1 and day 2 were pretty standard. I had meal prepped and got everything together for work that I needed to. And then day 3 and 4, those days were also pretty easy because I had the convenience of being home those 2 days. I didn't have work, so I was able to just do everything that I needed to at home. I was able to get 2 kickboxing workouts accomplished in the 7 days, which doesn't sound like a lot, which is actually the norm for me. I get about 2 to 3 kickboxing classes done a week in and around my working schedule. I ended up checking my ketones on day 4 and then again on day 7. Day 4, I had the moderate level of ketones, and on day 7, I actually was in ketosis, which is pretty cool because I have not checked my ketones in probably a solid year. Because when I first started eating low carb and kind of transitioned into a ketogenic lifestyle, I was checking my ketones like constantly. And then I started going a little bit more lazy low carb and just kind of knowing what I could and couldn't eat, and I just wasn't checking them at all because I knew some of the things that I was eating would actually kick me out of ketosis, like some of those low carb tortillas and some keto sweets. So it's actually really cool to see myself get into ketosis in just a week with just cutting back on the extra foods that I was eating and just going back to normal and actually hitting 75% of my macronutrients for the day to be fat and 5% carbs. I think that really helped my body kind of get back and get adjusted. Things that I learned and took away from this whole experience is that it's super helpful to actually restart your body or recharge it, or whatever word you want to use, just to get yourself back on track. If you feel yourself kind of slipping away or plateauing, I'm not going to say restarting your body or going back to basics for 7 days is going to blow your mind and change everything you know and make you lose 20 pounds, but it's a really great thing to do to kind of get you back in the right direction, and that's what it did for me. I want these last 7 days to kind of open up the door for the next month, for the next 2 months, to kind of see where I need to be. For me, it helped me learn a lot about myself. I am one of those people that I actually do need to track my macros. I need to measure and portion and weigh my food. As much as that sucks and sometimes that can feel really restrictive, if I'm trying to get any goal at all with my body, whether it's maintaining weight, losing weight, whatever it is, I noticed plenty of times when I was weighing out my food or measuring my heavy cream in my coffee, I was just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, how many days in a week do I just over measure things? I put way too much cheese or way too much heavy cream or even too much chicken in a serving. I think everyone is guilty of this, and I think that is on a greater scale kind of a bigger issue with folks in America, but we don't need to open that door. For me to succeed and to feel the best about myself is truly just measuring what I'm eating, because it's so easy to put too much on your plate rather than not enough. Which kind of sounds like an oblivious statement, but you know what I mean. I did have alcohol on one of the 7 days. It was the day that I was at a wedding. What are you gonna do? I didn't get drunk or anything, but just having one beer was not too bad. It didn't throw me out of ketosis or anything. I actually checked my ketones the day after the wedding, so I was fine. So now for the good part, the part that everyone has been waiting for. Did I actually see any changes in my weights or in my measurements? So in my waist, I actually lost 2 inches. And then in my hips, or kind of like my muffin top area, I lost 2 inches as well. I additionally lost an entire 6 pounds in the process. So again, was it all water weight? Yeah, probably. But was it still weight, and was it still inches? Yes, of course. And last but not least, my skin did amazing things. Over the last 7 days, I noticed a huge difference just not eating processed low carb foods. I stuck to nothing but meat and vegetables and healthy fats, and it brought me right back to where I thought I would be in 7 days. I am in no way endorsing this 7 days as a quick fix and a quick way to lose weight or lose inches or anything in an unhealthy manner. This was simply just an experiment with myself to see how can I get myself back on track and what do I need to do specifically to keep myself in line with my health and my fitness. This was in no way any form of restrictive eating or trying to be harsh on myself or trying to be unhealthy at all. I used a macro calculator, which I can put in the description of the video, with my activity, my lifestyle, my height, my weight, and it gave me an estimated caloric intake for the day, and then I used the typical keto macros of 75, 20, and 5 for my daily. So I was following a routine, I was following a measured out scale for what I was consuming for the day. It wasn't just willy-nilly. I did a little bit of research on it as well, and this is the outcome of the 7 days. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for coming along with me for the last 7 days. I hope you enjoyed this kind of vlog style video. If you did, let me know in the comments. It was a lot of fun to do vlog style, but I know not everyone is into that, and some of us don't really have exciting lives. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Follow me on my Instagram, which I only mentioned 5,000 times, at CarbFreeKayla. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. That is such a cheesy outro. I wish I was cool. I wish.